Thank you very much. Well, I've never said with more sincerity, follow that. I think John and I have definitely drawn the short straw after those last two presentations. But we're going to try and take you very quickly through some of the support mechanisms, some of the implications for further education of delivering higher level qualifications. Don't want that one. Is it just the arrows? Okay. Just to remind you, first of all, I'm not going to go through these, but these were the targets that were set within the Leach report for the delivery of level 4 qualifications. And I've put them up here just to demonstrate the magnitude of them, because we worked out that if this was actually to be delivered, it would mean increasing the size of higher education by about 2/3 in a very short space of time. So is there a role for further education in participating in this agenda? Yes, there most certainly is. There has been a sort of a strategy. I say a sort of a strategy because at this moment it's more like pulling together a range of things that were already happening and seeing what emerges out of them. Hopefully something more strategic will happen in due course. But the national agencies, I should say, are working very closely together on this, and we in the Higher Education Academy have been working particularly closely with DIAS and HEFCE as their strategy has emerged, and with the Foundation Degree Forward organisation. What happened was that employer engagement was made a priority for institutions in grant letters sent out by HEFCE and presumably by the LSC as well. The targets that I've just illustrated were felt to be ambitious but necessary, and the intention is to move towards them in a realistic manner, but definitely taking that major trajectory that I just showed you. The intention of the national agencies is to support higher education institutions and further education colleges, all to contribute to this agenda in whatever ways are appropriate. And diversity is an important part of this agenda. We all have our roles to play, but those roles are not necessarily the same. There's a lot going on out there. There are a lot of initiatives for people to look at and learn from, the higher level skills pathfinders in 3 regions of the country, lifelong learning networks with almost total coverage of the country, employer engagement pilots, flexible learning pathfinders, and so on. You can find out a great deal about these initiatives from the HEFCE website and in other places. The Higher Education Funding Council decided to target around 30 higher education institutions or partnerships in order to support achieving the initial growth targets in this arena. And I have to say that although they said it was open to higher education institutions and partnerships, it does seem to have been individual higher education institutions who have received the funding for that development. We do now have a national credit transfer framework, thank goodness, which is going to help facilitate the delivery of bite-sized and accredited modules, which seems to be more what employers are often looking for than full-blown qualifications. It'll also facilitate the accreditation of prior experiential learning and the accreditation of in-company training, because it's important to pull together both what people have done in the past and what they're doing in the workplace with what we can offer to them in colleges and universities.